So with that, Borussia Dortmund getting their hat into the draw for the quarterfinals and semifinals. Targo, how did it play out?
Well, let's stick with Dortmund, man, because they now have to take on Atletico Madrid.
Hoo-hoo-hoo.
These games will be on April 10th and 16th. But is this really? I mean, I'll start with this one because I think this is the game really nobody cares about, except that Letty and Dortmund fans.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be completely honest. I'm not going to drop what I'm doing to watch this match. But you got two teams where it's anybody could win. I mean, for Atleti, that's probably the best draw you could possibly get. They are the two weakest teams, I would say, out
Yeah,
of every team left. So at least one of them will be in the semifinals. And with the way that Atleti plays and the way we've seen Dortmund play at times this season in the Champions League, it's anybody's ball game. So
who do you got advancing then between Dortmund and Atletico?
I'm gonna pick Atleti. I just think the way that they play, the way that Dortmund play, it suits Atleti a lot more.
I'm gonna go Dortmund.
Okay.
I
Why?
want to be a proponent for attacking football.
Me too, but I'm just trying to be realistic here.
Okay, well let's go with
Experienced
the.
versus not.
I don't know. Dortmund got experience.
In semifinals,
They've made it to
quarterfinals
finals. Yeah,
of the Champions League,
yeah. Remember they
not
lost to
recently.
Bayern Munich in the
That
final?
was that was forever ago.
So when was the last time Atletico were there? It was forever ago too, man.
This is true.
And they always lose.
That is true.
But let's get to the other side of, I guess you could call it that group, the
Yeah.
team that they'd be facing if they won. That is PSG and Barcelona. Can Kylian Mbappe finally get a Champions League? Can PSG get a Champions League? Will it happen? Or is this Barca team good enough to compete with these better teams? We mentioned some of the deficiencies they have. So who do you have winning and why?
Well, so I'm gonna say I don't think that Mbappe can win a Champions League with PSG since this is his last year with them. I don't see them winning it, but they do have a good chance to get to the final with a
They
favorable
do.
draw. But I'm gonna have to say I think Barcelona are gonna win it.
Okay.
Yeah, at least this tie. I'm not saying the whole thing. I'm not picking Barcelona to win the whole Champions League. I'm gonna throw that out there right now. But
Okay.
I'm gonna pick Barcelona, and the only reason why is because at times PSG look like a disjointed group of individuals. Barcelona usually looks like a squad that play together. Granted, I mean they seem to be, have players dropping out left and right. So that
Dude, the
could very
injury
much,
plague is strong in Barcelona right
yeah.
now.
I mean, with a couple of weeks until the Champions League actually is back underway, they could drop more players. So I don't know if they keep dropping players, I might change my mind. But as the squad is right now, I'm gonna go with Barcelona.
Okay.
So
I'm also going to go with Barcelona. I think all around players, they might be better. I think their defense could be slightly better. And Lewandowski, he scored a goal here against Napoli. He got a couple or one at the weekend against Atletico Madrid, where Barca honestly played really well and just destroyed Atletico 3-0. So yeah, I think Barca's on the rise right now and could be seeing something special from them here,
there you go.
potentially making it to this final. Because I think whoever Barca play, if Barca goes through against PSG and has to play either Atletico or Dortmund, I would pick Barca over them as well.
Same here. Same here.
I think whoever wins this game is probably making it to the final.
Yeah, I would agree with that 100%.
Okay. Well, let's move to the other side of the group where we have Arsenal taking on Bayern Munich. Last time Arsenal played Bayern Munich in a Champions League knockout stage, they lost 10-2 on aggregate. Can Arsenal finally
Don't
get one
remind
over
me,
on them?
man. Don't remind me. Oh,
Can
it
they
was so
finally
bad.
get one over on their Bavarian behemoths?
Taking my own phrase from me, huh? I mean, if they're going to do it, this would be the time, wouldn't it? I mean, you got a
I think
Bayern
so.
team that has a very frail midfield, disjointed defense, a lethal attack, and a healthy Manuel Neuer. So The way Arsenal is playing, I would say they're a much better squad than the last time they played Bayern in the Champions League. I think that the first leg being at the Emirates as well is going to be massive.
Yes.
If Arsenal only win by one, I don't know if they get through in Munich because I think that Bayern team will score goals in this tie.
Oh, dude. So let me just put it to you this way, not to be a downer on you, but Bayern Munich this past weekend put 5 past Darmstadt. They put 8 past Mainz, 3 past Lazio, 2 past Freiburg, 2 past RB Leipzig.
Yeah. But they
So
also lost
goals.
1-0 to Lazio.
So let me finish. So here's the positive for you, man. They conceded 2 against Darmstadt, conceded 1 against Mainz, nothing against Lazio, but conceded 2 against Freiburg and 1 to Leipzig. So they concede. They concede goals, but they also score goals.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Arsenal's defense has been pretty good in the Premier League.
I would argue one of the best in European football at this point.
Number-wise, they're the best in the Premier League. Going forward, they've found their goal-scoring form since the new year, as we've seen them putting 5, 6 past some of these teams in the Premier League. But we'll see if they can do it in the Champions League. That's where I'm nervous because
it's a whole nother animal. Yeah,
and there's a player on Bayern Munich that just always seems to fucking score against Arsenal, man, every fucking time. Harry Kane always scores against Arsenal.
Motherfucking Kane. Every time, man. It seems like it's just inevitable. I hate to say it.
Whether it's a PK or some banger, I don't know what he'll score, but he's gonna score one.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go. I think Arsenal pull this one out, and I think it's because Bayern's fans are gonna be suspended from the match at the Emirates. So it means you have 60,000 plus Arsenal fans. We've seen how loud
for the fans, the way they behaved at these Lazio game, and then the game before that.
Yeah. So I think that will have a massive reverberate through this match because we've seen how loud Arsenal can get at the Emirates, or at least the fans can, and how much the players feed into it. I think Arsenal will just win by enough in the first leg to squeak by and lose or draw in Munich.
I'm going to say Arsenal go through because I think they have a better defense.
Yeah.
For that reason, I will say I think they go through.
I also think their midfield is much better than Bayern Munich's. So,
okay. Let's get to the big one, man. Real Madrid, Manchester City. Will Man City roll over Madrid like they did last year?
No, I don't think so, and it's because of one guy. Jude Bellingham. I think he's going to make a big difference. I think Real Madrid have to play much better than they did against Leipzig to stand a chance in this. Otherwise, I think it will end up the same way.
They did not play very well against Leipzig. No,
and Erling Haaland will put away a lot more of those chances than Benjamin Sesko did. Although he's also not in great form. So it should be interesting to see. Jude Bellingham, though. Is this the tie where he shows why he deserves a Ballon d'Or?
He really does, man. I think at this point he's the front runner. He should be.
Yeah.
But we'll see. This Real Madrid team, man. I don't know. Their defense it's just so banged up. No Militao, no Alaba.
I hear Militao has a chance to come back for the first leg, and that Courtois will probably be back as well. So
I don't see that happening. I don't think. They're coming back from ACLs. You want to face Man City? Coming back.
If I'm Courtois, yes, but not Militao. Probably not. No.
I see Man City rolling over Real Madrid.
I see Man City advancing from this tie. I don't think it'll be as bad as last season, but I still think it'll be relatively comfortable for Man City.
Okay. So, who do you have then going between Man City and Arsenal?
See, this is a tough one. because it's going to depend all on what form each team is when they play again. And I
Oh yeah,
would
I mean
like to
this is a
see,
long time. This is a couple
yeah,
months,
yeah,
so
and
injuries, whatever
Arsenal,
could happen. But put on
Arsenal playing
your future scene hat. Rub your crystal ball.
whoever
Let
wins
me
at the
know.
Etihad on the 31st will also advance to the Champions League finals.
Okay, so who do you think's winning that game?
Arsenal.
So you think Arsenal will make it to
I
the
think
final?
Arsenal is with the form of Erling Haaland right now, how their defense is giving up chances. I mean, we're going to get into their game against Newcastle. I just think this Arsenal squad and how they put teams under so much pressure in the final third, I would say they're probably the best team in all of Europe at doing that right now. I think that this City side will be exposed.
Okay.
And I don't think City can beat Arsenal over two legs.
So in the final,
By Barcelona. Yeah.
so in Arsenal, Barcelona.
Rematch of the last time they played in a final together.
Well, I have to disagree with you, man. I think Man City are going to beat Arsenal over the two legs. They have this experience. Pep has this experience. Arteta does not. So I think it'll be a Man City Barca final. Man City coming out on top.
Okay.
But you guys let us know on our Instagram, Brews FC. I forgot what all of our tags were there for a second.
Yeah,
TikTok, Brews
it's all
Banter
good.
FC, Facebook group.